4.2 live, downloading the PTU with the new update. So we'll play this until we get that finished up.
Now arriving from TISA Spaceport. Stand by and let passengers disembark before boarding.
Man, I got a lot of ships in my comms.
Next stop, TISA Spaceport. Now arriving, TISA Spaceport. Please watch your step when disembarking the train. Property when clearing customs.
So we
Welcome
get to
to
the
the
other
ASOC
side.
Vehicle Retrieval System. Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle. Please visit us again.
because don't really need that either. We're not gonna do anything in this. We're just gonna take it to get Citadel.
Take off. Landing gear raised. Shields are off. Bottom drive is now on.
To boldly go. That's the goal. Those lights look pretty cool though. I like the MR. It's pretty fast when it comes to traveling. Let's see here. So let's look at what the new patch has to offer. Stability and bug fixes, second life resource drive, rewards are now functioning for the event, added X collector tinted special weapons as rare loot in the PU, carryables are now thrown instead of dropped when falling due to damage. Lazarus Research Facility location art, LOD, and performance polish. So they got some good stuff. And it looks like it's pretty much more fixes and performance updates and a few little things here and there, you know, getting ready for the new missions that will be coming with 4.2.1, which I'm excited about. And I know some resource gathering people are excited about it.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
It's not trying to connect.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now off. Shields are on. System off.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved. Please visit us again.
So, I want to test something here.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle. Please visit us again.
curious, because I know the rear doors got buffed, so it shouldn't be easy to shoot them open anymore.
Aegis Combat Assist activated. Systems green. Engines online.
Alright.
Shields offline.
Okay.
Quantum travel initiated.
Let me.
Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel initiated. Quantum travel complete. Quantum travel initiated. Shields online. Engines offline.
Alright. Keep it on me. One second. Okay. I need to build up these so I can do the higher level ones. So let's do that.
Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised. Shields offline. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Find a spot to hide and power down.
Shields online.
Good. Now all we have to do is wait for them to show up.
All systems offline.
All right. Gotta be patient. Seconds.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
Make sure we're not bothered while we're working.
Loading. Bogey
Watch out, enemies heading your way.
online. Target destroyed.
Kill confirmed. Oh, that was super cool.
Alright, let's see if we can get another one. I want to try to just spam those if I can. Oh, that's merc work. Okay, so I'll probably have to
Shields offline.
add post to somewhere.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Okay.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
That's definitely not the build. That can't be it. Okay, so that was all the way out there. planet.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Yeah, 'cause that's definitely not it. Be able to see it.
Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Real test I want to do is like I did before, which is see if when I leave, it's still there.
Shields online.
But what I'm going to do is I'm get in there, I'm going to claim the steel, since I left that out there too.
Shields online.
Maybe it's having a hard time because I left more than one ship out there. Or it could just be a bug and something they're going to have to take a look at. If so, I add a clip of it to the issue council. Remember, boys and girls, always make sure you restock, refuel, and repair before you store your ship. Ding! Who's pulling me back?
Goodbye. Welcome to the ASOP. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage. Please visit us again. Welcome. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your insurance claim has been sent. Thank you. Please visit us again.
So let's do
Goodbye.
this. Let's leave it and then come back in to see if it's still there. That's the true test that I was trying to do, because I never really encountered that particular problem. But let's see, who can we jump in on? Let's jump in and see. So what we're looking for is to be able to still see the pip out there for the ship. Even though right now the pip is flying on its own somewhere. We still want to know whether we can see it. And then we're going to still try to fly to it to see if it recalibrated itself and actually attaches itself back to the ship. Because that would be a workaround. Wouldn't be a fix, but it would definitely be a workaround. See how the distance changed. It was at like 2 megameters away. Now it's at 37, which is around where it should be. Okay, so now let's just test that we can go to it and that it's gonna actually be there. But as you can see, you can leave the game, come back, and the ship is still out there and it's still persistent. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle
I love
retrieval
that,
system.
you know,
Vehicle selected.
because
Stand by.
now
Your
you can
vehicle
actually
please
use
visit
your
us.
larger ships as forward operating bases, right? So yeah, that's what we're checking out right now to see. And we'll go fly out to it.
Anvil Aerospace. All systems online. Takeoff. Shields offline.
Alright, let's set our. Oh, sorry, set. Oh, that's interesting. It actually kept my navigation to it across servers as well.
Quantum drive is
And
now
sessions,
off.
right? Because I logged out and I logged back in.
Quantum drive is now off.
And there it is. Wow. Wow. There it is, everybody.
Shields
Test has
online.
been successful. We were able to leave the server and leave the game and come back, and the ship was still out here and you could still quantum to it. That is persistence, baby. We have persistence, everybody. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I know I do. Put it. All my ships are here. It's open like when I left it. Move this back a little bit. Straighten it up a little bit. There you go. Turn it off.
All systems offline.
Now we got to make sure that we can actually, you know, it functions as my ship, which it should. I mean, the pip's there, right? But this is a test. And this guy is going crazy, but don't be scared. I only left you alone for a second. It's okay. You're okay. You're okay. Alright, let's see. What was. Oh, it's probably that little clamp there. Which is interesting because I think that little clamp will like clamp onto something. Let's do it. Let's go to the side right here. There we go. All right, so there we have it. Forward operation base is functional. Put those of you who did opt into it, now you have a fully functional forward operating base that you can use, and it feels so good. See, most people at the point where the pip was like, you were chasing the pip around, most people would like
Aegis combat
get
assist
upset
activated.
and like
Systems green.
dog the game, right? But as you can see, it's working as intended. It came back. It was able to, it was still persistent where it was supposed to be. So what does that mean, right? What does that mean for Star Citizen, right? That means that you will now be able to fly ships out, keep them out in space wherever you want to, wherever you feel comfortable doing it, right? And then organize without having to go back to different places, right? Like, so like I can literally go somewhere and set this up, and I don't have to like be at an actual location, right? I could set it up with everything I want to have. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. I could set it up with everything that I wanted to have, and so I mean, that's huge. That's monumental. I mean, that's the vision of Star Citizen, right? To be able to be persistent in the universe. You log out, you start back from where you come from. Everything that was there before is there now, right? That's what we're paying for. That's what we're wanting, right? And on a large scale, on a interstellar scale, right? Not just a map or just a few maps put together, right? We want it to be that way completely. And I knew I left one open, but we're gonna close it and we're gonna lock it. Okay. So now that we know that our forward operation base is operational, we can go wherever we want. We can go wherever we want and then just log out at the end of the day and leave it there. And, you know, so think about this, because even if you go to menu and you wake up somewhere else, right? Theoretically, your ship should still be out there, right? Like, so right now, if I log out, if I just go to the menu, log out and come back in, even if it puts me back at a station somewhere, my ship should still be out here, right? My ship should still be out here. Everything else on it should still be out there. And I would have to literally fly out there, but of course, what's the problem with that, right? Well, the problem with that is you don't really have a way to request it to open, or do you, right? We don't really know these things until we test it and find out, but that's the idea, right? Like, while I'm outside of my ship, because I own it, I have my permission set, right? So it's me. I can request it to open just like a garage door opener, right? It's not high tech, so it can be that way in this verse, right? Because it's super high tech. So I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't add something like that, right? So everybody just kind of, put your feedback in there, put it in the comments if you agree with me, and if you like what you saw so far. Like, I'm really happy with it. Like, I think they did a great job, because on the last patch, that was the problem. Like, you would leave and
Aegis combat assist activated.
the pip would just
Systems
disappear,
green.
right? So you wouldn't be able to find it again, and that was the problem. Uh, so you know that's where we are. You know, so yeah, I'm just excited about. This is a huge thing. You guys know how huge that is, to have your ship just be persistent out in the universe, no matter what. No matter what. Like, it doesn't matter. You can switch servers. You can switch. You can switch. you can switch servers, you can log out. It's still going to be there. And I didn't bed log, right? So my shit, it wasn't because I bed logged, right? I went to a station and I jumped servers to test it because that's what I wanted to do. And then I came back, right? So, yeah. But I'm curious because you can bed log. We already established. We know that you can bed log, so that's a done deal. We know that. But I'm very curious to see whether if I log out while I'm just standing on the ship, will I come back just standing on the ship, right? Because I don't think so. But let me do this. I'm gonna, which I think I already did, but let's just go check. I want to make sure I set my respawn to the ship. And I'll just go ahead and unlock this because we are out in dead space. Nobody's gonna find us. But yeah. So I want to check it to see if if I just menu log, will it wake me up on this ship, or will it wake me up somewhere nearby, like my home or something, and I'll have to actually like fly back to it, right? Which is fine, I could do that because the beauty of it is, yeah, the pip is going to be there. We know that the pip is going to be there, or you know, at least that is the behavior that is occurring at the moment, right? So that being said, okay, so it is set at the Idris, and I actually did that last session. I did that in my last session, right? So that even carried over to now, right? That is so cool. Like to see the foundation of the persistent universe in all of its glory, right, is something that's great. I'm thoroughly impressed and got to give CIG their kudos for that. They've been working hard. I mean, I think I finished downloading the Wave 1 PTU 4.2.1. I could jump on that and play it for you guys if you want me to, um, but yeah, I mean, they've been working really hard. They've been putting a lot of stuff out, so I think we got to give these guys their, got to give their props. Now I just got to get them to get my hollow globe to work, and the one I got from my hanger. Because I mean, honestly, I probably bring some of that stuff I got on here because it's just really cool. Um, but anyway, yeah. So let's try it. Okay, so we're just gonna stand here, and then we're gonna exit to the menu. 9 times out of 10, it's gonna send me to a regen point somewhere. But what we want to see is it gonna respawn me in the Idris, or is it gonna respawn me somewhere else? And I will still be able to see the Idris and fly back to it. That's what we're testing. That's where we're at right now. Let's go. So let's go back to the menu. And let's see. We know that you can do the Alt F4, right? And you'll start off where you are. Which, since they implemented that, right? It's not too far away from you just being able to log off, and it's staying there as well, right? So I don't think we have to wait too long for that part of the development to get finished too. Okay, so it didn't, but as you can see, it is still out there. It is still out there, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, star citizens. The ship is still out there. Now, the only drawback now is I have to actually like fly back to it. So I have to have it. So if you don't have a ship, another ship to do this, then obviously you would want to just log out the normal way. And if you can, right, log out the normal way.
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Bring
Vehicle
the
selected.
route here.
Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the vault. Please visit us again.
That is so cool. So I wonder what the limit. I wonder if there's a limit too. Like, is there a limit how many ships I can have out and see at one time? Because I can see my Hornet on there. I can see my other vehicles on there, right? And I can see the vehicle that I just called out, right? So I mean, that's a lot so far. Yeah, that's a lot of vehicles, and this is like my throwaway vehicle. But it's a classic, right? This is one of the first, this is like the first ship that I bought. Right? Look at that. Sweet, super sweet. And I was like super excited to have it. I remember back when I first, you couldn't even get in the ship, right? So like, I was patiently waiting because you can just go into the hangar, right? But I knew I had this ship, and I was like, man, I can't wait to see this ship. And it's the beauty of the ship, definitely.
Shields are off. Auto drive is now on.
Which is, it's good for a lot of different reasons, not just for this purpose. But like if you left a ship somewhere, you want to go pick up the components, right? You want to go and salvage it. You can find it. Like you literally can find it now. So you don't have to worry about losing it. Like, well, I don't know where it is now, right? Nope, you know exactly where it is. And see, one thing I don't see is the cutlass steel because I claimed it, right? So that should be the only reason why you don't see the ship anymore is because you claimed it, right? Like if I claim it, I should see it. And I think that's so cool. Like I can look out there and see it. That's cool. And she's a beauty. Here, let me show you. Where is it at? There it is. And there she is. Vanguard Citadel. And by the way, Vanguard is the name of the org, so if you're interested in joining, go to Spectrum. You can find us by our org tag, which is strong. And there you have it, folks. Able to reboard my ship. No problem. At the captain's quarters, let's check something out. I put some stuff in there. Let's see if it's still in there too. Since we're testing all of this, right? Yep, there it is. Look at that. Storage still there. Nah, we'll go to the elevator. No, I opened all of it, I think. Okay. So yeah, there you have it, good people. I'm going to stop the stream now, but that's all I wanted. I just wanted to show you guys that so that you know. And now I'm going to have this out there that I could travel back to. But then again, I may not even leave with the Citadel specifically, but thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends. Let me know if you guys want me to stream like more often and content like this, you know, where I kind of go over some experiments, testing things to see, you know, see how everything works and explaining it, right? I really like helping people. I really like teaching people, so I don't have a problem doing that. But thanks for watching. You guys are awesome, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.